Hi, I'm Christine McKay with Northridge Publishing, and we have Jen Gallagher here with us today to talk a little bit about the how-to article in the July issue of Scrapbook Trends.
So I'll confess, this is probably my very favorite embellishment to use on a page, and that is buttons. Love
Which
buttons.
is why we are soulmates, because
You love buttons too.
oh my gosh! In fact, I was just joking off air, and I was saying, you know, when my mom goes, you know, not to be morbid, but you know, my sister, she can take all the jewels. I just want my mom's buttons.
The sewing stuff.
I want her button collection. I can see it now. It's in that old Skippy peanut butter jar in her sewing room. Yeah. I just love them.
About buttons. I think it's a nostalgic thing, but they're just so versatile. And I brought a couple of different products to show you how buttons are showing up in the industry right now. One of the easiest ways is to find a product that has them pre-sewn. It just doesn't get any easier than
I love it. If they could just find their way onto my husband's shirts. Could we do that?
Do you think glue dots would hold them on there through a few washes?
Maybe he wouldn't love the felt background so much, but
it would be eye-catching.
I love the ones that come pre-stitched.
I do too. And the nice thing is with adhesive on the back, and you can even find buttons that have adhesive ready to go. If you just want to smack it down and go, these are perfect.
And you know, speaking of adhesive, let me just ask you a real question that I get frequently. What is the best adhesive to use on buttons for your pages?
It depends on what you want to do and how much time you have. Probably the best way is just to sew them right on. And in order to do that, I use a paper piercing tool, because when you're sewing, it is so difficult to push that through. So if you hold a button down and poke through the holes, sewing is probably the sturdiest way to do it. Another way that I've done is a strong glue dot will hold it. That's probably the easiest and quickest. A glossy accent glue, a clear hard tack glue, will hold it as well. In fact, when I tie twine through my buttons, after I've done the knot, I always add a little dab to the knot, and it holds the knot, and it dries clear.
Oh, so you're so smart, Jen.
So I love buttons. I had to figure out how to do it. This is a fun way to attach, and these are done by KI Memories. These are paper clips.
Those are so stinking cute.
They come in fabric, corduroy. They have the cute resin roses that are super, super hot. You could also make your own by hot gluing any kind of button you want on a paper clip. I love having it pre-made and ready to go.
It's just yummy. And this is a good example of all of the, you know, so many different textures that buttons come in, because, you know, buttons can come covered,
I think
plastic,
we think
wood.
of just the normal plastic, and there's just lots of options out there. I had to bring this particular one by my mind's eye, because I think using just this entire piece on a page would be adorable.
And it's so funny you say that, because when I saw that, I thought, I just want to smack that right in the front of a card.
It's so cute,
the whole
and ready to go. And you could take the buttons off and you could put a photo on there, lots of different things. I know Paper Tray Ink also has a stamp, a background stamp, and there's a couple of different styles for buttons that I think would be darling.
Okay, I got Paper Tray Ink. I got to check that out.
Very, very cute. And then these are just amazing. These came from the Ukraine. These were made by a friend of mine, and she made these. Yes.
Holy cow.
Can you believe that someone has the skill set to do these? But she has perfected her skill. She does them in lots of different colors, and you can find a lot of different button sellers on Etsy and
these are amazing.
Places like that.
I don't know that mine would ever look this good.
Oh, I don't even want to take the time.
But, you know, you really could just use some polymer clay and, you know, use a toothpick to poke the holes. I think I'll stick to buying them off of Etsy.
I'm perfectly happy buying it from someone else that's more skilled than me. In addition, we always have chipboard buttons. The fun thing about chipboard buttons is oftentimes they have a print on one side and they're plain on the other. So if you want to use the plain side, you could stamp, add pattern paper. You can sew through a chipboard as long as it's not too thick. So
love it.
Fun ways to add buttons to your page. So these are just some different products, and then I brought a technique to show you. We always have a step out technique in the magazine, but I always try and bring a different technique to show you here today.
A little bonus. Okay, so let's take a look.
So this is another layout that was in the particular article this time, and banners are super, super hot right now. You can find them everywhere. But instead of a pennant banner, I wanted to try a button banner.
I love that. I love the idea of combining two trends into one.
Making it your own, doing something new. So I want to show you how easy it is to recreate this particular technique. So I just used some twine. I'll give you a little trade secret here. I went to the store and bought crochet thread, and my favorite colors, 99 cents for just a big thing, and it just lasts forever. You could use
a good tip.
Baker's twine, super hot right now, embroidery floss. You can even use a ribbon as long as it's thin enough. You can use it through the buttons. So I've just threaded it on a needle and added a knot. And then I have a couple of buttons here, and you can use any shape, any color, any style. You go up through the first hole and down through the second hole, and then you just continue adding other buttons to the banner.
And I love it because you're not tying a knot in between, so you can kind of slide them down and adjust them to where you need.
You could add things in between. You could do a sticker, a photo. You could add a pennant and do it that way. Now, some buttons have 4 holes. You only need to use 2. I usually use the diagonal holes and go through there. And then to stick it down, on this particular one, I just added glue dots to a few of them. So some are loose and some are attached.
I love that.
Now, if you wanted to do something a little bit different, instead of doing them flat, you can add up.
Oh, kind of make like a chain.
So that it hangs more like this.
So cute,
lots
Jen.
of different ways to do button banners.
I just want to take that and make a necklace.
Wouldn't that be cute necklace?
So cute.
My kids actually did that for me for Mother's Day.
Did they
made me a
really?
little button necklace. Yes, they did.
That's
I should have
so
worn it. I didn't
cute.
think about that.
That's so cute. Jen, thank you so much for stopping by and
for
sharing
having
this
me.
awesome technique. For more ideas on buttons, check out the latest issue of Scrapbook Trends. It's in the how-to article by Jen Gallagher. This issue is on sale now at your favorite crafting or scrapbook retail store, or better yet, you can go to northridgepublishing.com and get your very own subscription delivered right to your front door.